Good morning, Instagram. I have had a really interesting morning, and I thought, what better way to really talk about entrepreneurship and all the things that can come up in this crazy life that we live as an entrepreneur. From marketing to branding to social media to going live. So that's kind of one of the topics I'm going to talk about today. If you saw my stories this week, you may have seen that I have or had a YouTube live scheduled for basically right now, 10:30 Eastern time. And I didn't promote it a lot, but it was something that I really has been coming up a lot, and I wanted to bring awareness around this topic to a lot of entrepreneurs that I know are finding themselves in this space and going through this right now. So while people are finding the room, and I didn't give a lot of notice for this, I just want to take a moment and welcome you, whether you're seeing this now. A lot of you are going to see this on the replay. And if you are seeing it on the replay, do me a huge favor and just put hashtag replay in the comments so that I know where this video has made it to and that people are seeing it. And it helps me to really get some feedback on my content and the subject matter around that. So again, welcome to the room. My name is Chad Welch. You are on my Instagram channel, Chad Welch Lifestyle. And I call myself a life purpose architect and a legacy designer because as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a impact focused long range vision individual, there are more than just one component to this field of entrepreneurship and business. There's the version of you that you are being and you're becoming. And that's the architecting part of the identities that and the hats that you're wearing and the skill set and who you're embodying all along the journey. And that is constantly evolving and growing and requiring you to take old identities and replace them with new identities. And so that's all rooted in your life purpose, which is multifaceted as well. So I kind of help guide my clients through that process and give them some direction on where to go with that. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you have a business, if you have a lot of dreams of where you're going with your life in terms of that business, and you're offering a service, you have a product, and you know that you're here to really touch people and impact people in a big way. Good morning, Omar. Thanks for joining. Everyone finding the room, welcome. Come on in. This is a little impromptu live this morning. I was supposed to be over on YouTube, and I didn't realize I've never gone live on YouTube. You have to request the ability to go live, and it's like a 24-hour thing. So I scheduled a live for YouTube that I'm not even able to jump on, but I am committed to going live. So take that as a little bit of a word from me this morning. Keep your commitments to yourself. If you say you're going to go live and you can't go live on YouTube, go live on Instagram. Go talk to somebody about what's on your heart, what your message is, and just keep those commitments to yourself, because those little commitments over time, if you keep them, they end up snowballing into these massive shifts and upgrades. And if you keep, even if it's small, commitments that you keep breaking to yourself, over time that snowballs into big commitments that end up being something that you have to go back and deal with. So again, welcome this morning. I'm speaking to entrepreneurs, to business owners, to service-driven people that maybe you're an independent contractor or you have a business that you operate as if it's your own business. So you don't have a lot of people breathing down your neck and you're kind of responsible for a clientele. It could be a service-based business, real estate, hair, where you're really touching a lot of people and you have a passion for working with people and making a difference. And also you have a platform that you know that you're meant to be a leader and you're meant to support people in a high way. This live is for you. So I want to talk about the different phases that we go through in our business and entrepreneurial journey. The first one is the building part. We all do that. We all have that as our first sort of foray into this arena. And honestly, it's a part where a lot of us get right. You know, we get our credentials, we get our certifications, we go get the training that we need. We we decide what our business model is going to be, whether we're going to be on our own or we're going to work for somebody else, and then we're going to transition. Whatever that part is, you get your website, you get your social media accounts up, you get your vision for how you want to present yourself and the versions of yourself that you're going to be needing to show up as to be that person that has a certain type of impact. And we all start off in that area. And honestly, a lot of us get that really right from the beginning. But what happens is when we're in the building phase, we also start moving into the operations phase where we're actually serving clients, where we're actually performing what it is that we do. We're providing a service or a solution, and we're helping people, and we're interacting with people, and we're learning how to set our rates and our prices and assign value to what it is that we do. And so what happens when we do this is we get really busy in the part that really was the driving force to begin with, and that was to help people and to serve. So we get really bogged down in the operations, and then there's the money and the finances and the accounting and taxes and hiring staff or hiring an assistant or transitioning into, well, how do I sustain this and maintain this while also growing, while also having my mind on the vision of like where I want to be in 5 or 10 years. So what happens is a lot of us get bogged down in the building and the operations, and this vision, while it's still there, it doesn't become our primary focus. Like our vision is our North Star. And so we have to constantly be checking in to make sure that we have our eye on that vision on the horizon while we are operating and transacting and serving. And so what happens is a lot of us get to this point where we start to kind of burn out a little bit, and we're realizing that we have created something that we're not able to maintain and sustain and actually scale and grow from that place, because a lot of people will try to start scaling and they continue building. So think about if you have an initial house. Let's say you built a 4-room house, and that house is a perfect size for you at the time you built it, and you know what it's going to be utilized for, and you have a great entrance and curb appeal for people to come in. And I'm just using this metaphor. It's not just that you have a brick and mortar. Like this could be an online, like a metaphorical house, okay? So let's say that you're realizing that now you need to expand because you need to bring in more people, and in order to like service more clients or offer more services or expand your reach and your influence, then your logical mind's like, oh, I need to expand. And so you start building rooms off the sides, and you start spreading out in a linear way without really going back and fortifying the foundation. You just start throwing more rooms on because you're so busy, and you just need to like have some relief and have some more people and have some more support, and you want to grow. And so what happens is you start to lose, like it's not grounded in a higher vision, and there's not a plan in place grounded to help you navigate. Are you just spreading out and sprawling and creating more work and more energy output for yourself? Or are you laying the foundation for something that you can build vertically instead of having to spread out, that you can develop? And so that's really what today's topic is about, is that moving from building to branding, because the brand is so much more than your logo and your colors and your signature style and your signature programs. Those are all part of your brand, but your brand has a voice that expresses through you that you are the representative of, like you are the brand embodied. And that voice of your brand has a tone and a pitch. And that is your attracting field that's going to bring in that growth and that those next level clients that you want to serve, that next level of embodiment of your legacy and your purpose. And that broadcasts out in a multitude of ways. And so many of us are finding ourselves needing to stop because we're called to do a little bit of a pivot. And you might be thinking in the pivot that it feels like a plateau, or it feels like I know that I'm feeling I need to slow down because I can't keep maintaining this pace that I'm doing, but I also still want to be able to serve and be of service. And I don't want to like tear the whole business model down. So that's where you're really being called to pivot within your current business model. And if you don't really know what your current business model is, that's the first step. And that's one of the things with the life architecting work that I do with my clients is we sit down and just look at, here's where you are. And you have to get really honest about where you are. And you have to get honest about what you're really dissatisfied with right now and what you're willing to do to invest in that long-term plan and not just do things to make things feel better in the short term. So I hope that that's resonating. Let me know if that's landing with you. We can want to just not feel a certain way when what we really need to do is just be present and sit with our dissatisfaction or our burnout or our tiredness it's okay to feel like I just want to burn the whole thing down and start over. I know I've been that way. A lot of my clients, when they come into my space, they're really questioning, like, is it time for me to just create a new trajectory? Do I need to completely just tear everything down and start over? And a lot of times that's not the answer, even though that feels like maybe what you might be tempted to do. So this process can save you a lot of time and energy and pain if you just pause and let yourself be on the plateau. Because think about a plateau. Plateau is like a flat resting place. It's a place, it's elevated, so you can get up on the plateau, pause, and see out and see where your trajectory is and reconnect your vision and reformulate your vision if you need to. And so the more you can just be okay with where you are and the discomfort and the not knowing and I'm not sure what comes next, that's perfectly normal. And the more that you can just ground onto that plateau and know that it's a built-in natural progression of you embodying a higher vision, of you serving at a higher level, of you impacting more people, of you living a better, bigger and better life expression that you're here to do, that's part of it. It's a reorganizing and recalibration period. And it's really important that you have a support to navigate through that. And so what happens when we get to the pivot point is we start looking at how can I become more effective and efficient, and how can I let my gifts and my voice and my messaging and my brand do a lot of the heavy lifting for me to take me to where it is that I know that I'm meant to go and I want to go. And so a lot of us think that we're focusing our branding, but we're actually just doing marketing. And marketing and branding are not the same, although they're adjacent and they're related. And so your brand is the way that you express, it's the tone, it's the voice, it's the messaging that only you can deliver in the unique way that you're meant to deliver it. Everyone has a unique brand. And one of the most beautiful tools that I'm able to use with my clients and in my work is the Gene Keys system that helps us look at your current brand and how you're meant to market that brand, because your brand has a unique voice. And so a lot of people, number one, you're running a business model that was handed down to you that someone else told you needs to be built like this. And so you built it, not like with the greatest of intentions, but the business model doesn't work for scalability. It doesn't work for sustainability. It doesn't provide the foundation that you need. So some of you have got to go back and create a new business model or tweak your business model. That's number one. And number two, you've got to stop believing that you've done all this branding work when you really haven't, because there's a specific frequency of your brand, of your voice, of your presentation that is uniquely suited to you, and that will be a beacon that calls in the people that are here to receive that message and that support and that help and that service and that gift that you're here to give to people. So some of you are here to make people laugh. And so your branding has a more playful tone to it. Some of you are here to elicit emotion and bring people to tears from your story through your storytelling. And so that's part of your tonality and your brand messaging. Some of you, like me, I'm here to bring practical solutions. I'm here to take and identify what's not working and work with you to fix it. Like, we're just going to fix it. We're not going to like cry about it and dwell on it and like dwell on the past and get all upset. Yes, I'm empathetic and there's emotion that comes with all this work, and that's okay. But really, at the end of the day, you just want results, and I'm here to deliver those results to as many people as I can and service them and get them in and get them out. It's very practical. It's like, here's the problem, here's the solution, here's what we're going to do about it. We're going to work on it together. That's how my marketing is kind of like a matter of fact voice through my brand. Like, here, I solve problems. That's like really the message of my brand. And so I'm not doing a lot of choreography on TikTok, and I'm not cracking jokes, although I do find that I tend to be funny, just like on a more personal level with my clients, and in my sessions, we laugh a lot. But my messaging and my branding isn't like me putting clever, reels together to make people laugh and chuckle and to build a huge following. So somebody that offers practical solutions from their brand, you're probably not going to have this huge platform that somebody that's like a comedian might have that's going to leverage that platform. And there's nothing right or wrong with any of it. It's just how you are uniquely designed to interface with your audience and the world. Okay. So I just wanted to come on today and make my commitment that I was going live today. And I'm going to reschedule that YouTube live. It told me I have to wait 24 hours. So we'll reschedule that for the next week. And it's going to be kind of a masterclass vibe. And so I want to invite you to just go to my YouTube channel, Chad Welch Lifestyle, hit subscribe, and then you'll be notified, when I'm going to be going live. I do have a couple of new offers that you can go into my bio in the link and check out. I have my one-to-one Gene Keys navigation sessions that are, if you're new to the Gene Keys and you've never done that kind of work and you want to utilize your birth blueprint to understand how you're supposed to be making your content and presenting yourself and what some of the challenges are with that. It's a basic reading. I have those one-to-one sessions open. Also, if you want to go deeper, if you know your human design and your Gene Keys, or you're very versed in your birth chart and astrology, and you just want to do a deep dive, I have a 2-hour deep dive that I just opened up some spots for. That's in the bio. And then there's my Biz Branding Blitz, which we really just go deep into. There's a workbook ahead of that little mini immersion with some really powerful prompts and questions and exercises to take you through. And then I put my eyes on your business. We identify what's going on. We do a gap analysis. We find your money channels. We look at your prosperity sequence. We help identify what needs to go, what needs to stay, what's, kind of needs to be recalibrated and tweaked. And then we put a blueprint together within that session and an action plan. So it is like a warp speed right into the brand. If you're tired of being on the plateau, if you're tired of questioning where you should be and what you should be doing with your business and how to grow your social media account and get more people and be more influential, take some time and make the investment and just go in with me and let's figure this out and allow me to do what I do best, which is take where the issues are for you and put my eyes on them and my wisdom and my experience and my intuition and let's just create a path forward. This could create a whole new trajectory to you. So again, those links are in my bio. If you have any questions, send me a DM. If there's something that you know that you're needing that you're not seeing, I do a lot of customized offers. I kind of take an inventory of what you need and I put together a solution for you. That's like my consulting route. And just send me a DM and we'll hop on a connection call to find out how I can support you and what you need in that way. Again, I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. I'm so glad I was able to come spend a little time with you this morning. Thank you for joining in. Again, if you are seeing this on the replay, leave me a hashtag replay so that I know that you were here, and leave me any comments or feedback that you have, and let me know where you are in your building to branding journey. I'd love to hear that. All right, that's it for now. Talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.